What's up, guys? Wanted to do a quick video on GameStop. Nothing really too exciting in terms of news, but I mean, I think that we have kind of found a new base of about this, $200 range, kind of a new floor. And being that the stock's trading at 215 right now, I think it's a great opportunity as an entry point for anyone who thinks they may have missed the boat on GameStop. It hasn't closed yet, in my opinion. I'm still holding strong, waiting for this thing to really take off. And I mean, it could really happen any day. So that's my main reason for making this. But before we get into the charts, if you watch my previous video, the company did issue 5 million shares at the money offering, which they were able to raise, I think, $1.2 billion with. And so now they're actually sitting on $2 billion in cash, and they're entirely debt free. So, I mean, couple that with earlier this month, Ryan Coleman finally got elected chairman of the board. And all the other positive news that we've been seeing coming out in this stock, if anyone who's been following it, all the great executives they brought over from some major corporations, and the anticipation on what they're going to end up doing with this stock as they transition into e-commerce, maybe even e-gaming sports. I'm thinking they're even going to maybe announce some sort of acquisition of a company at some point. Again, sitting on $2 billion in cash. I'm expecting that we're going to see something at some point, and that'll probably be the catalyst that maybe kicks this thing off. Outside of the company and their plans for a transition, we also have other potential catalysts like failure to delivers and some of the other recent SEC filings that I think are, as they go into effect, and margin requirements for hedge funds or people that are short in the stock. I think that could eventually cause some upward pressure too. And once we kind of get this thing blown back up, really, if we could bust through the $350 resistance level, which I'll show right now, I think that's what's going to be the huge, kind of what's the next huge progression for GameStop to really blow up. So let's see here. All right, so we're looking at a daily chart. I mean, obviously, this is back in January. We were trading, hit as high as 483. Came out and found a base around like 40 bucks, before exploding upwards again. And then, kind of formed a new base, around like this $140 range. Traded sideways for quite a bit, but it found its new base, in here before this last explosion up to 350. So we've topped out at 350 twice now since the last big run up in January. And now it seems as though we are holding a new baseline of, like I said, we haven't closed below $200 basically this month. I mean, but ever since this run up, it's been about 18 days. And while we've touched below there a couple times, we came back and closed above 200, which I think is important. That's the main thing that I'm looking at is now this is kind of our new floor. So when it takes off from here, that's going to be even more pressure and, could eventually propel this thing even higher. RSI right now has been trading below 50. But, as you zoom out, every time that we've seen the RSI trade below 50, once it finally does pop above, that's when we go on our nice little runs. But we've been stopped out at 350 every time. So right now RSI today is about 47. I mean, yeah, this could go back down or trade sideways a little longer. But like I said, I think this is a good entry point because once that RSI picks up and the momentum picks up, it doesn't take much to move this stock. And we've seen that happen many times where it just starts rolling. Shorts are still knee deep in this thing. And at some point, my expectation is we're going to see this thing finally cross this resistance level of 350. And that's going to push us well above the old high of 480. Likely, I mean, who knows? I don't think anyone that sets numbers, but just in terms of like if you look at AMC, very similar chart. They were hitting resistance a couple times, similar to what GameStop's doing right now. But what eventually happened is once they hit the path of resistance level, they blew right past that old $24 mark and all the way up to $70. That's almost triple. you know what the old high was. So if we see something like that with GameStop, we're looking at triple 480. I mean, we should be pushing upwards of 1500. So that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm kind of looking forward to. I'll pull up the AMC chart real quick just so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. But oh, that is not AMC. That's AM. There we go. AMC. So, kind of a similar. I mean, this looks like a little blip on here now, but that was the old high of January, which looks like nothing now. It hit $20, and you know the stock was kind of trading sideways, going up and down, and then it was hitting this resistance in the $20 range. But once it passed it up, this thing just flew up, got up to 72, and it actually looks like it's consolidating right now and could break either way, but. I'm expecting this type of movement out of GameStop once we cross that 350 resistance level. It's going to make January look like a thing of the past, similar to what we saw with the AMC. So, uh, long story short, I'm bullish on GameStop right now. I think this is a great entry point. $200 is where it's been floating at, and to get in at 215, anywhere under 220, even 230 for that matter, would be huge in terms of kind of establishing like to that at that point. To me, it doesn't really matter if you can get in at 215 right now, and yeah, you didn't get in at 200. If this stock goes up to 1,000, that's 5 times your money. If it goes up to 1,500, that's 7, 8 times your money. So great entry point. The charts is showing nice support right now, and I would be shocked to see us fall below 200 anytime soon. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. This is just my opinion. Do with it what you will. If you're interested in watching more videos, I do live stream every morning, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. When the markets are open. And I've been doing Power Hour occasionally from 12 to 1. If anybody wants to come in and drop by, we have a lot of fun. We watch Clove, we watch GameStop, we watch other stocks that are going. So come check it out. Make sure you subscribe to the video. That way you'll get notifications when I drop new videos or when I go live. Thank you. Good luck in the market.